All right, welcome to another incredible cash. We have a unique topic we want to talk about today in business. Everybody has to be very careful, plan out their moves. Um, so there's a question that was asked a few weeks back on one of the groups, whether to train younger people or train anybody and risk them becoming your competition. It was raised by Avery Wells, who's going to be our guest today. Hopefully, he's able to get on and connect. He is trying, he's got that shady connection. So we'll see if he comes on in a timely manner. If not, we'll discuss it amongst ourselves. So if you're on, welcome. If you're watching this later on, you are more than welcome to comment, and I will respond to any comments that's out there. Hopefully everybody is having a great week. I know it's getting really hot in Atlanta right now, and we are starting to sweat real bad. I was exhausted today. What's up, Facebook user? So let me go on my other page and see who Facebook user is. Give me 1 second while I do that. All right. Oh, Sean Jeet Tintman. What's up, Sean? How you doing today, man? Yep, I had to cheat. So, if you're first time on this show, what you gotta do is you gotta go here, let Facebook allow the stream to see your name and your profile. It's a one-time thing until Facebook changes it again, but I'll put it in the comments as well, so that way you can easily copy it. But just go on there, allow Facebook to show your name and your profile. Hey Marion, how you doing? I just saw your video a few minutes ago. That is some crazy hell you got going on over there. You guys okay? So today's topic, if anybody else wants to jump on, especially if you're a business owner or a manager and you have the same concern, this is open dialogue. I really liked that conversation that was going on. A few people had some good comebacks on it. A few people were for it. Yes, Sean, it did work. Thank you for doing that. So, major storm coming through here. Wow. Is it still going on, Marion, or are you guys past it? I sent hubby to the grocery store. My wife is crazy about weather. And if we're having bad weather, she'll tell me to come home early. And we live in a double-story house, and our bedroom is upstairs. And if it's crazy winds or storm, she does not want to come upstairs, and she forces me to sleep downstairs. If he survives, right? Oh man, Avery, what? Man, you like Rick Tallman, man. You need to get a better phone and better connection, bro. I don't know if you're using Samsung or iPhone, but damn, that's messed up. Well, guys, if anybody else wants to jump in and put out their opinion, you know, you're more than welcome to come on. I'd love to have somebody else to talk to discuss this. So, Avery's post, if you guys did not see it, was about a young man that came in to his shop and asked him if he would train him to become a tinter. And Avery's concern, like any small business man out there, is that, if I train this young man, what's going to stop him from tomorrow becoming my competition, opening up a shop right down the street from him? Which is, for a small business, that is a very, concerning question in reality, because a lot of time your employees will know all your ins and out, and they can ruin your business. That's just the reality of how you run your business. And what do you do now? Do I agree with that? In my opinion, no, but I understand where Avery's question was coming from. What's up, Cody? Welcome to the show, brother. I say train him like you and me for the run. Hell yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm starting. Okay, like, so I late start. We had family over, and I gained some weight over the course. But now I'm already down 4 pounds already. So I'm getting that, man. You and me, we're gonna train. We're gonna train them in plotter. Then it requires them to buy a plotter to tent. Yeah. Let them, and then tell them to you buy the $2,000 plotter, so they'll go through a whole bunch of headaches, right? Don't tell them about the graph tech, or tell them about the graph tech. Hey, you gotta spend $10,000. I like that. Sean says train them. They still won't have the years of experience backing. Very true. I still have dislocated shoulder from reaching up to put up a silk rope around your neck. Mary, are you gonna try to do that again at the reunion? Which is only 4 weeks away from today, guys. I was just talking to Rick Tallman earlier. Oh my God, time is passing so quickly, man. Sean says the experience is what makes the difference. Experience and caring about building customer relationship for life. I am 100% with you on this. This to me is the golden rule right here. The experience, obviously, but the customer relationship for life. If you're in the business and you're in the business for a long run, you do have to go through some hurdles. But if you set up your business the correct way, in the long run, it will benefit you. You may not get quick business and turnaround, and unfortunately, for some of us older generation people, we have patience. The new generation, they want to become overnight success, and that is something a lot of them struggle with. I'm not saying every one of them do, but a lot of them do. That's exactly what we do. Laugh loud, dead ass. Those lines expect I don't mention cheap 2001. It's just 10,000 for graph tech. Hey, I mean, scare them straight with the $10,000 up front. How much weight have you lost since Tinter Battles? So, since Tinter Battles, I'm actually right back at my Tinter Battle weight. So I had lost 20 pounds before I went to Tinter Battle, like 24 pounds. And a pound and a half overweight than what I was at Tinter Battles. But I'm looking to be another 15 pounds lighter by the time I go to the reunion. And here's to hoping. And I am taking on the challenge to run with Marco, the film trainer. And hopefully me and Cody will be out there running with Marco. So I know Cody is hitting the gym harder than I am, but I plan to make these last 3-4 weeks, really be hardcore on it. Thank you. I appreciate that. There are some the price shop, but mainly will come to me as long as I'm in the business, simply because of the relationship we built, great service, and honest dealing. I agree with you, Sean, 100%. Like, even on the price shopping customers, um, you know, we having a good discipline and having a good business model helps you really explain and make it simple with the customers. And if you're upfront and honest with them, they will appreciate it. You are going to lose some customers. Not everybody is meant to be your customer. So just realize that as well. Well, I gained some weight, Marion, and then I lost it again. So if you saw me recently, yes, I've lost some weight since last month, but from Tinder battles, I'm about the same. I'll greet Joe as your return from the run. Bro, how good you looking, Sean, and how much weight you lost since the last reunion, bro. I would expect you to be heading that race, man, being in front of everybody. Tim C. Johnson in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? Right, Marion? Marion does have her entry for that Tuesday night party at TBL. Is she's got to bring us that baklava because she's got me all dripping, and I've got to lose a couple extra pounds just for that, just so I'm able to eat that eat that without really it affecting me. I guess. All right. I look at it like this. We can't do each and every tin job. Training and showing somebody tin will not hurt what you have built over the years. 150 pounds, but I don't exercise outside of the bedroom. Well, I guess it depends on how much exercise you do in the bedroom then, right? 2 pounds for each piece, Miriam. Seriously, I was thinking 2 pounds for that night, but you're like 2 pounds per piece. I was expecting to have at least 3 pieces. Dang, that I know those baklavas are really heavy. They're got a lot of stuff in them. Um, but with some of that Arabic dates and all that I eat yearly, I think I can take it that on. Was just adding photos into TinWiz. Now had to stop to come over here. My phone will not play sound when watching lives for some shows. So, going back to our topic at hand is, do you train or do you not train? And like Cody said, Sean said, and even now Avery is saying the same thing, is that it's a very good question. I mean, everybody has it in the back of their mind. I mean, I have it back in my mind. But I've learned this years ago, is that you can't worry about what your employee is going to do tomorrow. And honestly, for me, I wish all my employees the very best. And if they wish to go out and do their own, the very best to them. I've actually even had two employees, prior employees, in the last, I wouldn't say 13 years, open up two shops right down the street from me. And, and they still come buy product from me almost daily base. One is no longer in business, the other one still is, but their business concept is slightly different than mine. And mine is sticking to what I do every day and build a long-term relationship. So what that does for me in the beginning is it's tough for me as a business to get my overhead paid out properly. But in the long run, I don't have to advertise heavily and spend excessive amount of money for advertising, because now I've built up a relationship where I get family, friends, and referrals at no charge. And that's because being honest with my customers, being upfront with my customers, and then explaining them the difference between different products. It's worked great for me on my tires. It's working awesome on the tint side. And, you know, I don't care what business it is. I believe it's same thing with everything that you do out there. And also, if you have the closed mind, and I'm not trying to diss anybody, everybody has their own opinion and their own way of doing things, but if you have that closed mind of like, hey, if I train somebody, they're gonna go open up a shop against me, well, then you're also limiting yourself for the growth, because without additional help, without additional employees, and without trusting people, you limit your growth. So if you just want to be the one man show, which a lot of people do, a lot of people are comfortable with it, that's fine and dandy. But for the most part, especially if you are a business owner or true business minded, you want to grow and earn more, and over time do less. Honestly, that's, I think, what defines a businessman, is that over time you're not working as hard, but you put in good strategies that pay out, where you can kick back, oversee stuff, and make good money. So, catching back on some of our, was just adding photos. Okay, we caught that one. My phone ended back in my freezer again tonight. More, Marion, you need to upgrade your phone. That's like the fourth time I've heard you say that you got to cool your phone down. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe invest in a tablet or something. I will have to train when I need to hire someone, maybe, but working for another shop, I don't think I will ever do that again. But don't plan on working for another shop ever again unless it's on my own time. So, Tim, that is a very good question. I have a business partner in California that has an employee that wants to stay an employee. He's been offered multiple chances to go and run his own shop and either be a manager or be a partner, and he's declined that every time, and he likes just being the worker just because that's what's comfortable for him. He's getting paid enough to pay his bills and have a decent living, but he does not want to exceed. So there are some people out there that have the same mentality, and then there's also that your mentality on is, I don't want to go work for anybody else. And once you run your own business, or you have that, or you have a bad experience with the business, you do sometimes get stuck on that, and which is not a bad thing. I'm the same thing. I don't want to go work for anybody else. I've run businesses over the years. I've worked for other people over the years, and being my own boss, whether I'm doing good or bad, I'd rather have that over being an employee. Now, there are some days where business is so stressful, you're like, damn it, I just want to clock in and clock out and not think about anything else. Because as an employee, you shut off as soon as you are off the clock. But as a business owner, there's night where it'll be 2 o'clock and I'll have a business idea and I'm on my phone, and my wife be like, what you doing? I would go to the bathroom and come back and start putting notes in my phone. Or just last week, I was up at 4:30 and working on my computer. Apparently this computer is in the bedroom for my setup, and it's literally 3 steps away from my side of the bed. And I was on here for about 2.5 hours, from 4:30 to like 7 o'clock. So, business owners sometimes they can't shut down. I mean, honestly, it's not that they can't. I mean, it's one of those things, being a business owner. Yes, exactly, Marion. I've always trained people, and they normally just quit after a little time, and it a lot into training when I train my help. So that is another good point, Tim, is that a lot of time you train somebody, you put a lot of effort into training them, you put a lot of time into it. You limit yourself when you're training somebody and then they don't work out. But again, that's kind of like doing cost of doing business. You take chances, you have to find the diamond in the rough, basically, because every employee you get is not going to be a good or great employee. Somebody told me this a long time ago is that 1 out of 10 employee is going to be your great employee. 3 out of 10 employees are going to be okay employees. 5 out of 10 employees will get you by. That's it. And the rest of them are the ones that you're going to have to train yourself to get over with. So I don't know how good that advice is. I think it's pretty accurate, but I have stuck to that advice and I don't now. I used to let that bother me, not anymore. Again, I wish everybody the very best, and a lot of my employees still stay in contact with me, which I love. That I must be doing something decent that they either come back do business with me, or they contact me for advice, or they just want to say, "Hey, hello," or "What up?" Good day, mate. Graham. Graham, isn't it like 10 a.m. over there? All the way down from Australia. Sorry about the accent. I get stupid sometimes on this. All right, being upfront about everything really helps. I have banners on banners that explain everything I can think of hanging in the waiting room. That way, by the time I'm done with the 10 job, they know everything. If they take the time to read, most do. So, I agree with you. My thing is, I have stuff in writing. I will go over the more common thing that most people worry about. But I always do point to, hey, here's the document. Read it over. If you got any question, let me know, and make sure that they're good with it. Joel, what's up, Joel? How you doing, bro? Yeah, see, 10:24. So you are 14 hours ahead of us. It's already Tuesday morning, where Graham is. So we gotta try to catch up with them quick, right, Graham? Learn to dedicate responsibility to your employees. That is the hardest part of any business, is to dedicate responsibilities to employees. The harder part is making sure that those employees have a clear understanding what those responsibility is. That, as a manager and an owner, is your fault if you don't be transparent about what you want out of them. And a lot of people get upset when the employees don't do what they're supposed to, and a lot of that is because they're not you. Just because you have a certain mentality of doing your work, not all employees are going to do that, especially the new generation. They need a very detailed layout of what you want done, exactly how you want to do it. And if they're not doing that, then you need to hold them accountable for that. That's, again, something I've learned the last probably 6-7 years, especially when I ran a distribution center, hiring temp, hiring a lot of ins and out of employees. Basically going through a couple hundred employees in a couple years taught me that it's my fault if I don't train my employees or tell them what their responsibilities are exactly, because they're not me. They're not going to do the work as hard as I am. They're not going to do the work as detailed as I am unless I really train them that way, or I really explain it and put it out clearly as possible for them to follow it. So 100% learning to dedicate responsibilities is very hard, and some people can do it and some people can't. It was very hard for me to learn to do it, and I eventually did, and it really helped me out. Never shut off as an owner. That's right. Every owner knows that. Joel says, I work in a shop and I help train the ones who actually want to learn. If I see that they aren't cut out for it, then you're on your own. The ones dedicated to it will ask questions and try to learn. And that's how you do it. And we're just gonna go through here, almost there. The first 10 minutes. Yeah, Avery has that shady connection, man. He's trying. He was in the comments a couple times trying to connect. The only problem, I guess, with these live streams is you have to have a decent connection and you have to have a decent device to be able to connect. And sometimes that doesn't come through. Avery was able to connect with us once before. I did have him on a live before, and we were hoping that he would be able to come on, but he wanted me to carry on the show, and the show must go on, right? It took me a long time to do as an employer. I thought no one would do it as I would. And I am 100% in agreement with you on that, Miriam. As an employer or as an owner, nobody is going to do work as hard as you because they're not the owner. It's simple. I mean, um, there's very few, like really, really few amount of people that treat the business as their own. I have a great supervisor. This guy treats the business like it's his, and I love him for that. Um, and he's been with me for I think a little bit over 10 years now, and it's the other day I had to go help out in his division, and even though I'm the owner, I was following his instructions because I was in his domain. If he's giving responsibility in a certain area and I'm filling in as a helper, I'm gonna follow his lead. Now, you know, if I'm in there for more than 3 4 days, I'm obviously gonna take over. But it's if you give somebody the responsibility, they need to be able to own those responsibilities, especially if they're taking on those responsibilities and they're showing that they can do it. As somebody else said earlier, is that you help somebody, like Joel said earlier, is you help out the ones that want to be helped, and the ones that don't, you let them, be where they want to be at. And if it works out, it's great. If it doesn't work out, you part ways, no hard feelings. You know, to everybody their own. And as a business owner, sometimes that's also a tough part, that you have to say goodbye to somebody just because it's not working out. And it's a business at the end of the day. If you don't have a good chemistry together, and if you're not happy together, it's just like a relationship. Sometimes it's better to part away. And I spend more wake time at my business than I do at home. So my business has to be something that I enjoy being at. And for the most part, it needs to be more like fun activity or just a good environment to be around instead of just work. Because if it's just work, the hours gets really slow, the minutes gets really slow, the seconds seems like minutes. Where if you're enjoying what you're doing, or you're enjoying the environment you're in, and your coworkers or your teammates or whatever, then it's not that hectic and it's not that hard on you. That's again my opinion. A lot of people say the same stuff, but when I hire people, I tell them a few couple things. One, be honest with me. When I was young, I thought my mom had eyes behind her head because she'd be in the living room, we'll be in the refrigerator, and she'll know exactly what we ate. And this is before you know, um, the technology era. Okay, I'm talking about like the 80s and the 90s. Before you had freaking ring in the house and you can see everything. before or the CCTVs. But what I've gone to now understand as I'm becoming the parent or been a parent for years is that I know what I did, and I tell my kids, what you think you're doing now or you're being smart about, I've done the exact same thing 20 or 25 years ago. You may think it's original for you, but we've been through it. Just like as a lot of these tinters, when we have a lot of new guys that are YouTubers or influencers and they're showing a technique, and then you'll have somebody that's been in the game for 20 years be like, hey, we did that years ago. It's because they've been through it. It's because they've probably been through the same struggles and they tried similar stuff, but they didn't post it, or they don't, or they've moved on to a different technique. So it's the same thing with the being a business owner. If you worked at an employee and now you're a business owner, you've gone through the same struggles. I used to have a 32,000 square foot, 30 feet high ceiling warehouse. We stocked, I think, about $8 million in inventory and tires. And a given day, I would have around 18 to 24 employees, 6 to 8 warehouse guys. And I would go find a tire that my guys themselves unloaded, put away, can't find it. Why? Because I've gone through all that stuff myself. I understand as a lazy worker what your mentality is, or even as you try and do something in a hurry and where you've probably put it because you got confused or you were trying to get to the next step. So a lot of that goes on as a business owner. But once I took that bandit off, it was uphill from there. Hey, allow me to focus on growth. Yeah, allowed you to focus on growth. Same thing here. I'm one of those business owners that was hands-on. I'm still hands-on, but now I've grown to learn to leave a responsibility on other people and other departments. So like now I have a purchaser. I have different departments, different people taking different responsibilities. Yes, I can step in and help them when they need, but they have their responsibilities and they take care of it, and I'm not worried about it. So same thing in a growth. If you are going to grow, you need to be able to let the people handle that stuff. So on tires and wheels, lately I'm not involved because my focus is on my tent side. So my guys that are on the tires and wheels, they've 100% hands-on, taken off the full responsibility without me being there. With me being in my separate area for the tent. So again, yes, allowed everybody to focus on growth, and that's the one way you're going to do it is when you allow other people to take on their responsibilities, as long as you're very clear with what the responsibilities are. I'm in the work of getting out on my own. It's no fun working for a big chain, knowing I'm worth way more. So I'm gonna put that back up. So there's the good and the bad on that. So Joel, the good part on that right now for you is that you're getting experience without spending your money, without you waiting for customers and the franchise or the big chain providing you enough work for you to grow, and like you say, being worth more than what you are. Now you can take that and then you can transition into being your own boss a lot quicker and a lot faster than somebody else coming in trying to take the business from step one. For example, like for myself being a tenter, I've always had interest in being a tenter or tinting windows. I've played around with it for years, a little bit on my own cars here and there. I could never understand the shrinking on the back of the window until I actually properly took training and followed a whole bunch of people, and now I'm shrinking like it's a breeze. I actually enjoy shrinking windows. It's kind of a therapy, if you um, if you would say it. I love doing it because now I'm playing with different techniques. I'm understanding what the work process is. Now, the next transition is training my workers to understand what I've learned in 2.5, 3 years, and try to see if they can get to that point in a couple months. But there's no shortcuts. I tell these guys, listen, I've gone through a whole bunch of stuff. I've cut myself a whole bunch of stuff. Don't let the film cut you. Don't try to do it in a hurry. Like, in fact, today we were putting up a windshield film, and my guy almost looked like he cut himself. And I'm like, did you cut yourself? And he didn't, luckily. But for even to him, it looked like he cut himself because the way he handled the film. But luckily, he didn't cut himself. I've had a cut that lasted a day and a half because it was just such a sharp cut. Um, you know, I've probably changed 8 bandages on it, and probably by the ninth bandages when the blood stopped, coming. It was real bad. I'm still feeling it on my left thumb because that's where it was. It was a GeoShield Pro Nano film opening out of the box, real bad. So you remember that stuff, but you hope that somebody else doesn't follow that through. So satisfaction, yes. Marrying anything you do right or you put your heart into and you follow it through, satisfaction at the end of the day is what it's all about. Is what should satisfy you, and then ultimately where you can make a profit out of it. So if you can make money out of doing what you enjoy, there's nothing better than that. Been at this 25 plus year. Helped my father with his business when I first started. We had a falling out and I went my own way. Got in with this chain. They've been great to me, but I've been there many years and still just installer. No recognition or motivation. So that's a tough one, man. I mean, honestly, if you're at that point, if the conversation hasn't come to you, you may want to take the conversation to them. Sometimes, again, like I was talking about earlier, it is the employer or the manager's responsibility to be very transparent. And, sometimes they oversee stuff or they forget stuff or they're just bliss to it. So sometimes it's about having that conversation. Be like, hey, I've been here. I don't see the recognition or I don't see the motivation, and that's where I want to talk to you. If you guys are gonna be able to do something to make that happen for me, or not. And if they say no, then whatever days you gotta eat out those days and go do what you want. That's my opinion. That's my advice. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, but sometimes if you've been with the company and you said they've been good to you, but lately they haven't recognized you and stuff, I think it's better to just talk to them, give them a chance. Maybe they just overlooked it. It happens, man. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. Employee makes mistakes as well as the owners. They're humans too. They've been through the same thing you have, and sometimes they just get overwhelmed with the work they got, and they'll forget what they should be looking at. And sometimes it just needs to be reminded. All right, I am on a cruise. Put me in for the prize. I don't need to put you in for the prize. Trip, you're gonna win automatically, brother. Can't wait to see you, bro. Seriously. For the people that are coming to the reunion, WFR reunion, July 26th to the 28th, 30 days away, 4 weeks out. I can't wait to see a lot of you guys. It was awesome meeting the people at the tenor battles. It was awesome meeting people from last WFR reunion, and the work that's being put into this one. I am so excited to see the results for it. I think it's going to be a lot better than the last one. Rick, myself, Ryan, a whole bunch of other people that are involved with it, that are organizing it. Mike Watson, shout out to him. He's been doing phenomenal work for us, hooking us with the menu, um, providing us facility to put stuff at his location, doing the dinner with the Radar Group, which is the WFR people that do all the work. Um, that is just awesome stuff, man. There's a lot of people that needs recognition on that, and I want to say thank you to everybody that has been doing what they've been doing. It's been a lot of work, and we can't wait for the results, and we're also looking for growth in that as well. And at the end of the day, it's an event tenders for tenders, and that's what I loved about it, is that it's the guys that are working for the guys that are working. Whether you're a tender employee, tender owner operator, whatever, it's the same type of group of people that you're gonna go out, hang, have fun, and compete. So in the last competition, man, like, I can't wait to see a lot of those guys. And so far, we've got 30 plus individuals, I believe 15 teams already, or 10 teams. I'm not sure on the team, but I know there were over 30 single competitors already. I believe 32 to be exact, as of this morning. So that is very exciting. Our goal is to about have 50 tenders on the individual and about 20 teams. But there are a lot of companies that are stepping up. That are doing sponsorships. There are a lot of people that are doing it on their own. So if you are with one of the bigger companies, go out there, talk to your rep or your company, and see if they'll sponsor you if you're not in it. Because there are companies. I know Expel, for example, today put out a bulletin saying that, hey, if you're an Expel dealer and you want to be competing in there, talk to Dean Mitchell and he'll see what he could do to sponsor you. So same thing with Autobahn and 3M, Global's out there. We got a lot of big hitters that's going to be at this reunion, man. I mean, so you might, want to talk to them. Flex Film is going to be out there. Shoot, I'm naming people, so now I might as well name everybody, because if I don't name everybody, then that just looks bad, right? So let me let me open this up so I'll name everybody. All right, so we got Tinta out there, we got TBL out there, we got Solar FX out there, Fusion Tools, man. Fusion Tool, big shout out. They're providing lunch for all 3 days. Jordan and Nick, they're phenomenal people. I finally got to GeoShield event, Madco, Suntech, Eastman, Stat, Pro Tools. Of course, Tenor for a Cause is going to be out there. Spell, Autobahn, Flex Film, EPD, Marion, KDX, Jody, KDX Films, Tube Light, Johnson Film, Avery Dennison, Global Window Film. You got True Spray that's going to be out there. You got Tint Buster that's going to be out there. You got the Window Queen, Window Tint Queen. You got the Sheriff Pro Tinter, and of course you got Tint Wiz that's going to be out there. So you got a lot of big hitters, and a lot of these guys are willing to sponsor a lot of you guys. So talk to your guys. If you can't attend on your own, talk to your company and see if they can get you out there. Just putting that out there for you guys. Always had my back. Yeah, Joe, like I said, man, go talk to them before you if you think they have had your back and they've been good to you, go talk to them, man. Hey, make me happy. Because otherwise I may be, I may have to look otherwise. And just be upfront about it, man. There's nothing wrong about that. See, a lot of people think that's wrong. No, that's your right, man. Go talk to them, and it may benefit both of you guys. Speaking of cuts, asking for prayers for my granddaughter, Chrissy's daughter, for a speedy recovery. 27 stitches on the side of her stomach, slit. Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear about that, Marion. Yes, of course, guys. Please pray for Marion's granddaughter. We wish her a very fast and well recovery. That is scary. I've been through some stuff recently with my kids too. So especially when you have kids and grandkids, oh my God, your heart literally breaks because you want the pain to be, you want to somehow take that pain away and transfer over to you. So Marion, to you and Chrissy, um, I'm so sorry about that. Wish you or granddaughter the fastest and the best recovery possible. Uh, yes, Trip. Sorry, I'm catching up on some of these. Excited for WFR. Yes, we are. Prayers for your granddaughter, Marion. We got more prayers going on. Enjoy the cruise. Where you headed? Joe May will catch up with you on that. Planning trip to owners. Dominican Republic. 8 days. Been on the ship for 2 days. Tired of drinking. Hey, as a working person, you get more tired on your day off than you do being at work. I don't know if that's just me, but I believe most people are that same way that work regularly. You get tired on your chore day or the day off. I call it chore day. I don't call it day off because my wife doesn't want to let me sit down. I'm sorry, Tim. My connection sucks. I'm gonna get a tech out here to get me a damn studio set up or something. You gotta do that, Avery. Can we get some prayers for my homie Sammy Graham? He's an OG tender that's going through a spinal cord injection and needs all of your prayers and support. Yes, Sammy Graham has been going through a lot, but he's doing phenomenal. He put a video out today where he's able to walk, and he talked to me last week, and he was talking about like taking 3 steps was a big, huge step, and then taking 5 steps, and then today he put a video out where he walked all the way across the little physical therapy that he's doing. So yes, guys, please remember Sammy Graham for that. We will also be doing an auction for Sammy Graham at the reunion. He's got a whole bunch of stuff from Brian Felt gave the Scuttle Shuttle. Manny from Dash Towel Protector has put up a Dash Towel. We got some tools that somebody won that also donated towards the auction. So there's going to be a lot of good cause for Sammy Graham at the reunion as well. And hopefully we'll have more stuff for him as well as other stuff going on. First ever copyrighted tinted book gonna be there too. Yes, Greg Sloan is gonna be out there. We definitely want to get a copy of that and good read out of that. We kind of talked about that already. Always praying for Sammy Graham. Yes. And Miriam, there's no thank you for the prayers, man. The more we can pray and put good vibe out there, the better it is for everybody. It's also peace of mind for everybody else. I mean, I love, I hate seeing that kind of stuff, but I love to, be involved or any way I can help. If nothing else, you pray, man. I mean, prayers just takes a few seconds, man. And just having the heart for somebody else's bad timing, may make them feel better. I don't know. Anybody's prayer can be answered anytime. I don't care what religion you're from or what background you're from. Just put a prayer out there, man. For everybody, for Mary's granddaughter, for Sammy Graham, for anybody else. Some people don't want their business to be known, so even for them, the silent prayer for everybody, guys. My mom taught me that when you do a prayer not only for your loved ones, but you do a prayer for the whole world and for everybody that's out there that's suffering. And you never know when God is going to take whose prayer. So if you just put a good thing out, you'll get good things in return for you and your family. Just saying that. That's my mom, but she had great devices. All right, one way to remember, right? Trip Turner, that's dope, man. You enjoy the shit out of that cruise, brother. Drink one for me. He said he's tired of drinking, Joe. For a quick recovery for your granddaughter. That's lovely seeing that. We'll definitely send prayers up you and your family, Miriam. That's beautiful. Purse. Look at that. See, I love that. That's awesome, guys. Every tinter for every tinter. Hell yeah, man. I love those shirts. If you haven't got one, we got to get you a shirt. Let me talk to you after Cash. Okay, no problem. Thank you, guys. All right. Hello, Cash and everyone. Jason. Oh, my. Jason Lasky. Tinner Tuesday. Welcome, brother. It's been a while. I love Jason. Jason's an awesome guy to hang out with. Got to hang out with him at Tender Battles, and it was beautiful. Mike Powell's grand opening. It's just I can't wait to hang out with him again. I'm not sure if he's coming or not at the next event, but I know he's going to be at the WFCT or the international one at Virginia. Definitely need to register to get there. Man, I've been planning to register, just haven't done that. So, hey man, better late than never, right? So look, Jason, you got a lot of fans, bro. So what is your thoughts, Jason? Let's see what your thoughts are on whether you should be scared to train somebody that may become your competition, or whether you just train them and be like, hey, it is what it is. And hopefully you train them and they stay with you and they grow your business, and maybe you can open up a whole bunch of locations and make them a partner or a manager for one of the locations, and both of you guys can do well. Ultimately, that is what I would say. If that can be done, that would be awesome for both people. Train them to. Oh man. If I said I wasn't expecting that out of you, Jason, I would be lying. I love that answer. You can never fail, bro. I love that. Hey, I gotta talk to you too, man. Afterwards, maybe I'll talk to you tomorrow because it's late today. But I gotta talk to you about some shirts. Trainer brand is doing so well. They got a new banner, new logo. I love that. So if you guys haven't checked out, hit up Trainer brand, man. They got great shirts. Unfortunately, I'm wearing T-Town's shirt today. I'm not wearing Jason's shirt. Normally, I have Jason's shirt on that he's designed for my shop, which is awesome. I get a lot of compliments on it. I've even had a whole bunch of people ask for them, and I'm starting to pass them out. So, and Trip Turner is going to be getting one of my shirts because I owe him a shirt. So, just saying, people love Jason's work. So if you haven't checked out Tenor brand, check out Tenor brand. Just a shout out. What else is new? Oh, I love this shirt, Tim. No doubt, man. I love your product too. You guys have different product, so it's good to have the collar shirt. The embroidery done. This shirt's probably gone through maybe 20 washes already, and it looks freaking phenomenal. The material is great. The work is awesome. So if you need shirts like these, hit up Tim T. Johnson at T-Town Shirts and T-Town Tents. You want me to stand up? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get in the camera. Look, this shirt is freaking awesome. Look, I don't know if it comes through or not, but it's a great shirt. Anything for you, Marion. I love Marion. Marion reminds me a lot of my mom, so I love you, Marion. It's such a good vibe to always be around Marion. All right, guys. Number one shirt I sell for sure. Hey, man, I love it, man, and especially for a big guy. He's got this extra cushion for the larger size that just gives you more shoulder reach. in flexibility, where a lot of shirts limit you as a big dude to kind of do what you need to do. And with this, I can hit the back window without any problem. And I love the shirt. So definitely. Yeah, you got Matt Blackmer on tomorrow, guys. Yeah, do not. I got to meet Matt at the Geo Show, man. It's been a long coming. I've been following him for years, and finally get to meet him, talk to him, had dinner with him. It was unreal. The guy is so freaking cool, man. Down to earth. Great vibes. Great vibes. That's the whole thing about these events, guys. Again, I don't preach these things. I talk about these because, again, this show is about business growth, personal wealth growth, and a lot of these events, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a tenter or employee, it's gonna grow you one way or another. Whether it's networking, whether it's ideas, whether it's technique, I guarantee you, if you attend any of the events, and I'm not saying just return the reunion or tender battles or WFCT or SEMA, man, make time, build a budget for it, go attend it, because you will get rewards multiple times over what you invest in these, because of what you either learn or the connections you get out of these things. They're phenomenal. Into the show if the rain holds off some. Got a double header for makeup softball. Oh man. Yeah, Tim is also a coach for his daughter's softball game. I love you too, Jason. I'll catch you tomorrow, bro. Yes, and that's exactly the best part of these events are the guys that you either see on Facebook, YouTube, whatever social media, whether you follow them, whether you like them or you hate them, the connection that you get at these events is totally different than the connection you will have with anybody online. The face to face, the real experience. Personally, there were some people that I thought were real. How do I put this nicely on the show? I thought some people had sticks up there that when I met them, it changed my point of view of them and the connection I got out of those people. And now I love being around them and talking to them or just connecting with them. It changed, just like a text, man. Text sometimes may come out wrong the way you read it. It also could be how your mood is or whatever. But when you meet some of these guys that sound like they're pricks online, and I'll be straightforward about it, they can be one of your, great buddy or networker that you can, connect with. So these events are great just to meet everybody and kind of get to know it. And then on top of that, you're going to meet a lot of these companies, reps and officials and a whole bunch of stuff, man, legends at these events. Guys that's been doing this stuff for 20, 25, 30 years that you haven't even thought about, and they've probably done it 1,000 times over. Marion knows. Marion's been around this industry long enough, right, Marion? Gotta go, guys. Dinner. Look forward to meeting you guys one day. All right, guys. Have a great night. As we're at that 1 hour mark. Hopefully, this was a good discussion. And if you guys got any topics or anybody wants to come on a live or discuss, please hit me up and we'll go from there. Next Monday, we'll have the sheriff and hopefully Liz, the window tint queen, because they are going to be promoting the WFR reunion. I want to get their opinion. They may also have some giveaway. So look forward to catching that next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Until next time, guys, have a great night, and I wish you all the best success. And we can all hopefully meet at the reunion, if not at another event. Thank you so much.